graduate last year, so it was pretty hard to lose all those leaders, and then we got 7 new freshmen, so they didn't know much about how the team worked, and so a good month was just getting them used to the whole BRBC, how we run. So we have a lot of young kids on the team, which was pretty hard at the beginning, but we made it work. So a lot of young kids, we're just very hardworking and get stuff done.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're champions.
We're coached by Tiffany Manhart and Brittany Freeman, and they're honestly like the reason that we're so successful. They're probably the most amazing people we've ever met, and without them, we literally wouldn't be anything. So I think all the credit kind of goes to them.
I think that Tiffany does a good job of just knowing when to push our limits, knowing when we're gonna break down at a bad practice, just always looking out for us inside cheerleading, outside cheerleading, she's just always there for us no matter what, and it's a good feeling to have a coach like that, and we're really lucky to have someone like her. And I think the team by states, it was it wasn't a whole new team. We just all got so close and all just bonded so much, and it just, by the end, you didn't want it to end. It was just amazing.
Awesome. I just wanted to, Craig, I didn't hit the stream or the record button. Is that all good?
Yeah, I noticed it. I think we just missed the intro. That's about
That's fine.
it. So everything else is good.
Good. All right. I just want to make sure. So we are streaming live here on 4deepsportstalk.com. We're podcasting up the website, and of course locally, which I'm pretty sure you can hear in Bridgewater on 1320 AM. So how hard was it? I mean, you guys already went through the ropes as far as understanding the commitment to this program. What were some of the things that the freshman girls, probably coming over from OCYFL, youth football, playing Badgers or Giants, cheerleading for them, what was the hardest thing for them to grasp as far as commitment to this program? What do you girls think? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
We're not like usual high school teams with the pom-poms, and Badgers and Giants was just a fun kind of activity for you to do when you were younger. But for us, it is fun, but it's more of you just keep working until you get what you're supposed to get in return. And it was kind of hard for them to understand that because they were never on the team where it's no, you keep going until you get it perfect. And so it was a big jump from fun to you get stuff done.
Okay. What about you girls? You guys have any thoughts on that you could add?
I agree with that. Last year when we went to Dallas and we had lost, so I feel everyone who was on the team before, we all knew how it felt to lose, and I feel maybe the freshmen didn't know that feeling, so we all kind of felt a little different, but I think they kind of came together and understood that we wanted it just as bad, even without having to feel a loss. I think they still ended up wanting it as much as we did and working as hard as we did.
Good.
I think that all the girls, they were just so good. I feel they knew how bad we wanted it, and they wanted it just as bad, and they wanted it for us, just as much as they wanted it for them. And they came in, they just did what they were supposed to do, and
I agree with that.
They just worked hard and always
Extremely talented.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah. Now I have a good question, and that is, what's your favorite thing that you've done so far?
I got a good one. I liked proving people wrong, thinking we were going to lose states, because at regionals we had some difficulties, our routine wasn't as good. So we got 5th at regionals, and everyone was nope, they're not good enough, they're not going to win. So we were just okay, thank you for that, we're going to win now. So we just went out, did our thing, got off the mat, and we were thank you so much, because we just won, thank you. You have helped us get what we needed. And I think it was just proving people wrong. That was probably the best part.
Nothing like showing off, right?
Yep.
What about you guys? Do you have anything you want to add to that?
I kind of agree with that. Our routine that we did at states was pretty much perfect. So it feels good to get what you deserve almost. Doing a perfect routine and then being rewarded for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This time was different than any of the other times.
I agree with that too, completely. But I also think that the best part was like actually coming together like as a team and just picking up and doing what we needed to do and just getting it done, and everyone just having so much love for each other, and just it was just the best feeling. Even if we didn't win, like I just remember coming off and being like, that was literally like the best thing, because we all just came together and we were all just like so unified, and it just felt so relieving and so nice, and it was good.
Was it easy to put routines together?
No. No.
Hey, if you're really that unified, I mean, no, I'm sure it's very, very difficult. And
Yeah.
I'm sure, it takes a lot of practice and a lot of coordination, and especially with
Yeah.
younger girls. So, how many times have you guys had to practice and get a routine down?
We usually practice 3 times a week, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then games on Friday, but they were like 2.5 hours, and it was just, we like getting it done, as like, we just like going in, getting it done, and then being done, but at first, it took a lot to be able to get everything together, because it was the hardest routine that I think BR's ever done.
Yeah.
Like, and it just took a while to get to that point, and then when it finally clicked, it was like, okay,
Unbelievable.
we're fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be fine. So it
And
took
so
a while,
do
but
the coaches choreograph the whole thing?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
We had some people come in
Yeah.
and help us too.
Great.
Yeah, our coach's husband helps us out a ton, like just coming at like a different point of view, just to see what
Yeah.
we need work on and things, so that helped out a lot too.
Would you say he helps out like 9 out of 10 times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Sorry.
he works at a school in Boston, so he could only come to some practices for like the last like hour or so. But he helped out a lot with like technique and how to help us get through a routine, and he was a big help.
All right, my next question is, first of all, what positions do you guys play? So y'all probably a flyer, right? Right? But you guys all flyers?
Yeah. All
I
three of us.
guess.
Yeah, but I didn't know. I mean, you never know. I mean, sometimes you have people the same size and some end up being
Yeah.
bases. So what advice could you give some of these girls that were trying to become flyers? They probably weren't flyers at all, correct? Is that safe to say? These young girls, after we get done with that selfie. But you know what I mean? You get the young kids, and now you're playing at a more competitive level.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're trying, like, you guys are all seniors, right?
Yeah.
So someone has to take your spot,
Yeah.
right? So what advice did you give them for that?
You have to be confident. Always
Yeah.
have to be confident. If you're the littlest bit like weak at all, it's not happening. You have to have so much trust in your bases. You have to have like the perfect pair of bases that worked well together, and a back spot that worked perfect like with you, and you just have to have so much trust, and you have to just do your thing, and everyone else will do theirs, and it'll fall into place.
Because it's tough when you think about it. And again, I want to let you guys finish because I had a thought on that.
I agree with that, and also like our coach, she always knows like what's best. So I feel like if you just like trust her and like listen to what she has to say, like she'll always help you, or like do whatever you need, like, and she would help you obviously like learn the position and like become the best at it.
I feel like all of us being flyers too, and all of us being such good friends, we always just, we look out for each other, and like if we see something, we're like, oh, maybe try this, maybe try that. And I feel like girls that are coming up and that are gonna replace us, I feel like them listening to us and like looking at what Tiffany's been doing, what we've been doing, will help them a lot into what they're going to be doing.
All right, we are going to take our first break. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station, 1320 AM WARA, and online podcasting and simulcasting live on the 4 Deep Sports Talk website, F4Deep, all one word. We are highlighting the 2017 Division I Massachusetts State Champions, the Lady Trojans from Bridgewater, Raynham, the Cheerleading State Champions. We'll be back with more right after this.
hard work pays off, right?
Yes. Usually, like in the years past, like our sophomore and junior year, this might sound bad, but states was just handed to us. We had so much skill, but this year, like our division, everyone else just stepped up. Like everyone was so like incredible, and we were just thrown off because it was never that way. And it was just like, okay, everyone's like getting on the bus. Like everyone's joining how we do everything, and it was so different this year in the best way possible. We came out on top with all difficulty throwing our way, and we really just made it happen in like a magical way.
And do you attribute that to your coaches?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
This is our last year too, as well as hers.
Mhm.
So I feel like this was such a great way to end her final fall state season.
Oh, wow.
That's so cool, isn't that cool?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, I know we talked a little bit, what could you have done better? I mean, you won the whole thing, but if you guys were thinking about one thing you wanted to work on going into the tournament for the state championship, the state tournament, what did you guys want to work on? Anything?
If we could, like, if, I would say to start doing, like, it was like the week of states when it was just,
Over and over and over.
it was like everything, we just didn't care about the work anymore.
Yeah.
And I wish that happened earlier in the season. Like, we would always go into practice and do what we needed to do and be, like, we would just work so hard, but it was just so different that week, and I wish that it was like that from the beginning. And because it would have made it easier at that moment, and if we just did that when we should have, it would have just made everything, we probably wouldn't have gotten 5th at regionals, and it probably would have been fine, but we needed that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we work that hard, like when we get back from break, like all the way up until Dallas, then good things are gonna happen.
You don't say.
Oh, so, I mean, that pretty much covers a lot of that right there, but there's always advice you can give these young kids. What could you give these young kids?
You're like the freshman,
Yeah.
you know?
Some people are kind of scared because if you think of cheerleaders, you're just like, oh, they're mean. But Tiff made us, like, her number one goal for all her athletes isn't to be successful. It's mostly just be a great person overall, and then the success can come after that. And she transformed everyone into, like, a little perfect human being, so kind, so generous, and humble. Her big thing is being humble. And it really helped us. So if someone coming in like isn't sure if they want to do it or not, like, you definitely want to do it. It's so fun. And Tiff and Britt, our coaches, they're literally second moms. They're always there, whether it's cheerleading, boyfriend problems, friend problems. You can call them whenever, like any time of day, and they're just always there for you. So somewhat, like, simplest advice I could give is just go for it, because it's literally the best decision I've ever made.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Like, it was my favorite part of high school. Like, I wouldn't change any part of it. Like, it was so amazing. So I feel like you would definitely miss out if you just passed it by.
I think it's so much more than cheerleading. Like, it's like a whole life lesson wrapped up into 4 years, whether it is for cheerleading or it's for just life and how to handle situations and just how you should handle them, like why. It's just, she teaches you literally everything that we've needed to know. Mm-hmm. Like, just, it's literally like a second mom. And it's just, like, coming out of it, the 3 state titles is just added to everything that I got from this team, because I feel like I learned so much about life and just cheerleading too. Like, but it was just, it's like that is just a plus. Like, that's that's what made it, like, better, I guess, and special. But it was, if we didn't get those, I would still come out of it saying that it was the best thing that I've ever chose to do. it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's cool. All right, we are going to take our last break. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station. 1320 AM WARA and online, all one word, 4deepsportstalk.com. We are highlighting, as Cam would say, the three-peat Massachusetts State Champions in Division I cheerleading, the Lady Trojans from Bridgewater, Raynham. When we come back, you can call us at 508-222-1320. We will be back with more right after this.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, once again to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at the news station, simulcasting live as well as our podcast at 4deepsportstalk.com. 1320 AM WARA, we are covering, once again, Bridgewater Raynham State Champs Division I cheerleaders.
Yeah, as Cam said, the three-peats, right?
The tree piece.
The three-peats. Well, I had a three-peats. He said 3 times. I was just kidding with the kid. But
Isn't today our last show of 2017?
I was going to mention that.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys get to finish up. See how smart? I told you you were smart. You get to finish up our last show for exactly 2017. This week we started, quick note, we started Facebook Live as we covered Bridgewater Raynham. They took on King Philip, if I remember right, and then they took on Boston Tech, and I'm referring to the Larry Fisher tournament. Who was in studio, who was at the game, the final game. So I got a chance to see Larry, great guy. He's been covering, he's been a coach over at Bridgewater Raynham for like over 40 years. So Mr. Bjorn named the tournament after him. I thought that was a great idea. But with that being said, our next game, and we are covering Bristol Plymouth as well, this is more like an experimental thing we're doing with Facebook Live, trying to get the kids out, highlight the teams and all that. With that being said, Wednesday we will be at the Bridgewater Ice Arena at Dartmouth. We'll take on the Trojans. They'll drop the puck at 6, and if everything goes right with the stream and the Wi-Fi and all that other stuff, we'll be bringing you Trojan hockey at 6 o'clock Wednesday, and then we finish up with Bristol Plymouth girls basketball back-to-back Thursday, Friday, and then we start the season over. Right now we have about 24 games scheduled between Bristol Plymouth boys and girls basketball and Bridgewater Raynham boys hockey and boys basketball.
As filmed by me.
As filmed by the Sportsmaster.
Awesome.
Except for one night.
Yeah, well, actually 2, but we won't get into that. We won't get into that. we won't pick on them. You got things to do. Stuff happens.
Yeah.
Right. All right, so with that being said, we have about, if you want to call it 508-222-1320, the show will be on Bridgewater Access TV, along hopefully with Raynham TV, and 30 other different access towns. As we will be editing this show, we actually have to finish the Brockton show from last week's show. We're a little bit behind the 8 ball, but we're going to blame the holidays.
Absolutely.
All right, so before we forget, I want to know if you guys could, and so we usually do this a lot and we forget it because time flies by, but as far as shout-outs, and then I'll probably think of another question to ask you guys. If you guys could shout out to anyone you want to say thank you to for a great 12 years of high school and
12 years of high school.
Education.
Yeah, 12th year, how's that?
Mr. Osgood.
Anybody want to shout out to?
I would say, well, my mom and my dad, obviously, they were probably the biggest. They're awesome. Tiffany and her husband, Jason, they're like a second family to me. They've been with me since I was a little girl at Tiffany's cheerleading gym. And then I would say all my friends, my team, the people that have helped us get to all of this, Jason Graham.
Yeah, he's a big one. He made our routine.
Yeah.
He did really good with us.
Is he a local guy that does this?
Leominster.
Leominster, okay.
Yeah. My extended family, my grandma, my grandpa, just everyone. Everyone means the world
Like
to me. I just,
know.
without everyone, I would just be. I love my fam. My friends.
Definitely my friends and these two. I love them. And my family, they're so amazing. And then definitely Tiffany, Jason, and Brittany.
And Brittany.
Yeah. I don't know.
Obviously my mom, dad, my sisters, and Nana. Nana came to every con. She was the best. He came to every single one. She was awesome. Obviously, Jason, Tiff, and Brittany, huge help. Jason Graham, who did our routine, phenomenal job. He did so awesome. Obviously these two, because they've been my best friends since 8th grade, so They've been by my side through literally everything that I've been through. And my favorite teacher, Mr. Osgood, he's very supportive. I love him so much. He's literally my best friend. I love him. So Mr. Osgood, thanks.
Mr. Austin. And so you're all seniors.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are your plans for the future? You're going to college?
Well, yeah, I'm planning to go to college. I want to cheer at the University of Alabama. I got into the school, but I have to try out for the team in May. So that's the plan. If it doesn't work out, then I gotta figure out a new one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Going down south.
And what's your major?
Marketing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have a buddy who goes to Alabama. He actually really likes it.
Really?
Yeah, he thinks it's awesome.
Yeah, the school's beautiful.
Yeah.
And the football team's insane.
Football team's great.
Yeah.
Get to see them play, which is going to be
Yeah.
unreal.
Yeah.
They play in a great stadium. It's just a
Yeah.
great school.
It's awesome there.
Do you have high school diplomas?
No, not yet. We gotta
Hopefully.
hopefully.
I applied to 8 schools. I have no idea where I want to go, but
Wow.
I'll probably stay in New England, and I want to go to school to be an English teacher.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
have no idea where I want to go. I applied to a bunch of schools, but I have no idea where I want to go, and I want to be a special education therapist.
Good for you.
Was English your favorite subject in
Yeah.
I don't like English.
school? No, that was the MCAS where I got an okay grade on.
An okay grade.
Yeah.
MCAS is the worst.
Well, for me, science was the easiest because I passed.
That was my hardest.
And
Yeah, me
no,
too.
no, the hardest was math. I failed it once and I had to take it again.
That's okay.
Math is awful.
Long
Yeah,
as you got
math
it.
is hard.
Yeah, I don't like math.
All right, so Lucy and I just got a text from Coach Tiff, and she wanted to thank you. I want to thank Coach again for reaching out. 3rd year in a row, we've been lucky to have you the cheerleading champions on. Division I cheerleading champions. And I want to give a shout out to a fundraiser. You guys are about $3,000 short. You need to raise $6,000. She just gave me the link. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually post this on the video. So
Thank
everyone
you.
will have a link.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's
Don't worry.
awesome.
And it's on Facebook. You make checks out to FOBRA, Varsity Cheer. She actually gave me the GoFundMe page link, so we're going to make sure that gets out there as we edit this, because we got to make sure we get all the other graphics in. But I want to thank Coach again for letting you guys come on. So real fast, I got a quick question. So what was it like when the coach said, hey, you want to go on the radio? I never asked that question before. So what was your first impression?
I do have to say you guys were a little bit nervous.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, we were.
nerve-wracking,
We
really.
were.
It's easy, it's fine.
Yeah, we're shy.
Yeah, now that you've done it, what's the experience been like?
It was
It was so fun.
It was so much fun.
I like the headset.
I know you feel official.
Well, you're absolutely beautiful, all of you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
What grade would you want to be an English teacher, Tiff?
I want to be a high school English teacher.
Okay.
What do you want to be? Oh,
Um,
here.
I have no idea what I actually want to do for a professional job.
You're not sure yet?
No, instead I keep figuring out what I don't want. Looking on the bright
There's a
s-
start.
Yeah.
Looking on the bright side, that narrows it down.
Yeah.
Yes. It does.
Wow, that's funny. People are dropping the filter.
Windscreen, yeah.
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 All right, so again, let me make sure I get out there. How are we doing for time? Pretty
Got
good.
like 5 minutes.
5 minutes. So again, I want to thank Coach right now. She just mentioned again, the shout out for raising funds for, they need to raise $6,000. They need about $3,000 more to finish their,
Oh, you'll get it.
yeah, they'll
You'll get it,
They'll
yeah.
get that. And then we'll push
It's like you have a
anyway.
lot of support from the
Yeah.
community
It was-
and,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Trust me, when people know what the cause is and they understand it and you explain it to them, people will help out. People,
Geez, you're going to Dallas.
I know, right? And then they go into the medieval fest.
It's the best
The
thing
best
ever.
It's the best part.
Where
I
is
can do
The
that.
Dallas?
best part.
What?
Where is Dallas?
Dallas, Texas.
Texas,
Oh.
Texas. So if you want to go to their GoFundMe page, and I want to let me hit the link, make sure I'm reading it right as I go to the GoFundMe page right now. And it's BR Varsity Cheerleading Nationals, and they have their GoFundMe page. We're going to make sure we get that out there. I want to make sure I go back to. Again, it's you can make checks out to FOBRA Varsity Cheer, and I would think, I don't know if Coach could text me the the physical address. We'll make sure we can get that out there too, once we edit this show. And again, oh, you know what we need to do real fast? We need to mention everybody on the staff, on the squad. We didn't do that, so let's do that. Why don't you guys help us out with that before
Let's
we get off
just
the
go
air?
by our groups. Yeah.
Yeah,
So in my group, it was me, myself,
Myself and I, the entire group.
Just Mackenzie.
Just
um, one of my bases were Olivia Carrera and Lexi Kish, and then my back spot was Kaylee Gavin, and my front spot was Callista, and part of my back spot was Liana Pereira.
Me and Christina switched off in one group, so we kind of shared a group. So it was me and Christina, and then Riley Dale was our back spot, and our two bases were Damani Fernandez and Tori Leoris. And then there was one more group.
And then the other group was Margaret Nowak, she was the flyer, Julia Chase, who's another senior, Maddie Aiello, and Brooke O'Donnell. I already said Callista.
Okay. We had a few alternates. We had Carissa, Sally Powers, she's so cute, Taya Sheehan, Lexi Sarantopoulos, Kendra Smith, and there may be one more. No, I think that's it.
That's gotta be
But
an
they were
awesome.
That's
they
it,
were
yeah.
very supportive of us this
Yeah.
season, always helping us out, always coming on the match to cheer us on during full-outs and everything, spotting our groups. They were very supportive.
Yeah.
That's gotta be an awesome
And
last name,
hardworking.
Powers.
Yeah, I know, right?
They were another big,
Yeah,
Yeah.
another
They-
big help for us.
they were
again.
all, during competitions, they were always just screaming their heads off, trying to get us to be energized, and they were awesome. They're the sweetest things. They do anything. One time I left my car running for an hour and a half into practice.
get out of here.
They had to turn it off.
And one of them ran over me and turned it off. They're so sweet.
Yeah.
You didn't run out of gas?
No, surprisingly not. I don't know how.
Wow, well, she wasn't moving, she was just idling the car.
Yeah.
For a minute, I'm thinking to myself, she let a car run around the...
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
really kidding, I'm just kidding. Oh, that's cool. If you want to call in, 508-222-1320, winding down about a minute left, just under a minute. Let me see, we thanked, you guys educated us on what was going on. We mentioned everybody in the squad. Did we mention the coaches? Did we mention the coaches? We did. Everyone that helped out the school, mentioned the fundraiser. I think we got it all in there, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
And this is our last show for 2017. A big shout out to Jim Jones from Double Aces Access TV for having us come over back in October. This is our new home for 4 Deep Sports Talk. We've been hinted around to go to other places, but I don't think we're going to go. Now
We
you're
like it
thinking.
here. I
Yeah,
like it here.
I like it
I
here
just
too.
learned the board, so.
It's a good
Yeah,
drive
just
for
learn the
me.
board.
Right? What's that?
It's a good easy drive for me.
Yeah, me too. I'm only 20 minutes away.
I'm like 35, but yeah, it's a little bit of a hike.
All right, so how we doing? We got
That's like winding down.
winding down. All right, so for Craig Salvador, Lucy Cabral, Justin Furr, I'm Dominic Damiano. We hope you enjoyed this hour of 4 Deep Sports Talk as we highlighted the three-peat, the 2017 Division I Massachusetts Cheerleading State Champions from Bridgewater, Raynham, the Lady Trojans. We hope you all have a happy holidays, happy New Year. Everyone be safe out there. We will catch you in 2018. Everyone be safe. Have a great weekend.